Mariia Zolkina is the head of regional security and conflict studies at the Democratic Initiatives Foundation, that is one of Ukraine's oldest think tanks, and she's joining us live from Warsaw. Thank you for your time. What do you think Ukraine will be hoping to get out of these very important meetings with the US? Will it try to secure that relationship? And if so, at what cost?
Hello, Elizabeth. I think that the strategy of Ukraine is now to calm down all the pressure which Ukrainian authorities and Ukrainian society has been witnessing since the Trump administration started direct negotiations with Russia with the exclusion of Ukraine from the negotiation table. The second short-term goal of Ukrainian delegation, including now in Saudi Arabia, will be to propose concrete steps, not just a ceasefire as such, but concrete steps to show the constructive approach on the side of the Ukraine, just to eliminate all those accusations that Ukraine allegedly, which is not true, is not wanting a diplomatic negotiations or does not want any settlement at all. For this reason, we expect that Ukrainian negotiation team will be offering temporary ceasefire, but not along the battlefield, but basically to start with the ceasefire in the sea and a ceasefire and ban on longer range strikes, which will apply both to Ukraine strikes deep inside Russia territory, which Ukraine is making with usage of its own produced drones, and the same ban on Russia's longest range strikes and bombardments of Ukrainian cities and civilians deep in the heartland of Ukraine. I think that's what we should expect at the negotiations.
Okay, so Ukraine bringing these ideas to the negotiating table, but will it be looking for security guarantees from the US in exchange for what it's proposing?
Yes, Ukraine will be still insisting on having a security guarantees on the side of the US once ceasefire is declared, in order to make the ceasefire verified, monitored, and to prevent another Russia's attack. That's the main problem for Ukraine and the main obstacle now in talking between Trump and Zelensky team, because what is happening if the ceasefire is declared, but we have no troops on the ground, we have no defense in the sky, if this ban on military aid to Ukraine is prolonged. So for this reason, we will have like Ukraine in the vacuum of security. And for this reason, Ukraine is aligned right now deeply and fastly with European countries, mainly with France, UK as the leaders in the European continent, because they are ready. They are also showing their constructiveness. They are ready even to send their troops to Ukraine as the peacekeepers. If US is not isolated at all from the situation, so they are also having kind of their negotiation track with the US to have security.
Certainly some European countries have expressed their willingness to send troops to Ukraine to guarantee peace, but Europe is not on the whole on the same page on this. You mentioned the US suspending military aid to Ukraine. It's also stopped intelligence sharing since that fallout between Trump and Zelensky at the White House last month. How has this impacted Ukraine's negotiating position?
Of course, it harmed and weakened Ukraine's negotiation position, which we have to be very clear. This suspension of military aid and sharing all the intelligence data is kind of a political blackmailing of Ukraine's team now and Ukraine generally, to make Ukraine more open to proposals coming from Trump. However, I hope that the strategy of Ukraine, which was to a certain extent negotiated, I mean, the strategy with European partners, is to really show that Ukraine is ready to talk about the ceasefire. And if we start talking about the ceasefire at the sea and ban on longer range strikes, then this pause and this suspension on military aid should be, left in the past, and US has to release actually military aid stationed, for instance, in Poland, are ready in the stockpiles and ready to be transported to Ukraine. I think but we don't have 100% guarantees that Trump will buy and Trump team will buy what Ukraine will be proposing in Saudi Arabia. But that's the strategy as of now on the side of Ukraine.
Mariia Zolkina joining us live from Warsaw. Thank you for your analysis. We appreciate it.